Hey ladies, hey Classy Career Girl Network, it's Anna Runyan here, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, and we are just releasing yesterday our phase 3 of the Freedom Workshop, so I hope you guys got a chance to watch it. If you didn't, it's okay, it will be around for a few more days, so definitely dive in there, and also you might want to check out the worksheet as well. So, today's all about your questions, and we're going to be tackling your questions all about the startup blueprint, which is what was below the video. If you guys haven't signed up yet, make sure you go to www.corporaterescueplan.com/freedom. Today's all Q&A, but you definitely want to get the videos and the workbooks because that's where all of the good stuff is at. So basically, the startup blueprint walks you through the 5 phases of going from employee to entrepreneurship. So we walked through exactly what you need to do to get to that next phase, because that's really my goal, is to get you to that next phase as quickly as possible. My goal really is by the end of this year that we have as many people as possible in that phase 5 influencer phase. So that is my goal for all of you. That's why I'm excited, because I want as many of you to be joining me in phase 5 as possible. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just open up that blueprint and you will see all of the phases. The first phase, which a lot of you guys might already be in right now, it's the design phase. So that's when you're designing what the ideal business is for you. Because I have the career coaching background, I'm all about making sure that your business is something that you love doing, because there are so many business owners out there that actually hate what they're doing. So I want to make sure that when you start your business, you're designing it the right way and it's matching your ideal workday and it matches your purpose and your strengths and your mission. And so that's what the first phase, that designer phase, is. Then we dive into the planning phase. That's where you get really clear on what your business plan is before you dive into phase 3, which is the side hustler phase, which is really when you start selling, when you start marketing, and when you start making your income grow. And that's really exciting. Moving all the way into phase 4, that's when you quit your job and you're doing this full time as an entrepreneur. And then leading into phase 5, which is really one of my favorite phases, because that's when you can start using your business to make more of an impact and influence your community, the world, whatever you want to do. That's kind of what separates a lot of the members that we have in Corporate Rescue Plan, is all of us want to make a bigger impact with our businesses. And that's kind of what makes us all alike, is we have some sort of difference that we want to make. And we have a mission. So a lot of you guys are joining us. Thank you for joining us here. Thank you for joining us for the Freedom Workshop. I'm really, really excited. If you have found this valuable, tomorrow morning, I want you to make sure you check your emails at 10 a.m. Eastern, because that is when we are going to be opening doors to the full training site, the full membership site called Corporate Rescue Plan. And I'm really excited about that. And so that's really, CRP is where you'll go if you want a little bit more support and coaching to actually make all this stuff happen that we started to talk about in the Freedom Workshop. And so that is what will be opening up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Adele is here with us. Welcome, Adele, too. I'm excited you were able to join us. So it's all about you guys today. I am here for you guys. My daughter is with grandma. They're hanging out. They're coloring right now, so she's taken care of. John is here as well, so he is joining and making sure everything is working correctly. Jenna's here. Hi, Jenna. Jenna says, CRP is amazing. Thank you, Jenna. Donna Lynn says, good evening, all. Okay, so I had a couple questions that came in before, so that's what I'm going to start with first. Okay, so our first question came, but if you guys are listening and you have questions, just type in the questions, and after I get done with these questions here, then I'll dive into your questions as well. Okay, so Jenny Ann says, just throwing out an idea here and seeing if I could get some feedback, as this is oh so overwhelming. Which right there, I love that you guys are throwing out your ideas. This is the perfect place to do it. Oftentimes it's all in our head, and it's so scary if we're not around other entrepreneurs, or we're not around other people that have these big goals and dreams and ambitions, and it seems really scary to put your ideas out there, but this is the perfect place to do that. So big shout out to Jenny Ann for putting her idea out there and getting feedback and support from other people. She says, I want to create a website or blog to focus on a healthy lifestyle of a 40-year-old mom to an 18-month-old, showcasing reviewing clean makeup products and in general and healthy lifestyle tips and choices. I'm no expert, but it's something I'm very passionate about. Eventually, I'd love to make money on this, but not sure how or where to begin. Even coming up with a name is proving difficult. Okay, so first of all, I think this is a great question because I want to talk about exactly what she's saying. She has a passion for it, and that's extremely important. So when you're just starting a business, you may not be an expert at it. So I am 7 years into growing this business, and I have gained a lot of knowledge and expertise. I didn't have all this knowledge when I started 7 years ago. And so I really challenge you guys to move towards those passions and start investigating them. When I was starting, so I obviously had this passion of hiring and job searching and career coaching and helping people with their careers. That was like, I loved training, right? I loved teaching, I loved mentoring. And so I knew that going into this, that was something that I really wanted to discover more and learn more about. So basically, I dove in, I made it like my own little MBA project to learn as much as I possibly could about career coaching and about helping people get hired in their jobs. And I took out all the books from the library. I think I studied every single one. I read every single one. I read every single job article on the internet. And I gained a lot of experience doing it that way and learning it myself. There's so much information. There's so much like affordable training courses out there to learn and to grow. And so that was like the first thing I did. That was like, I would say, the first thing I did with my blog as well, is I was starting to like blog about the things I was learning and share what I was learning as I was going. You guys can look back at the 2010, 2011 posts. Like all it is me just like learning things. It's me blogging about other career coaches out there. It's me blogging about books I was reading. And I just slowly started to develop my expertise doing that, giving myself my own like MBA program. And this is on top, I was getting my MBA too. And so this was like on top of like the MBA that I was getting. It was like developing my specialization in the whole career coaching field. So that was the first part. And then I went to the next part when I felt like, okay, I have so much knowledge. I know I can help people. People are asking me for help. Like my friends and family were coming to me asking for help. That's when I transitioned into then starting to coach and starting to help people and starting to do free work where I developed my systems. I developed social proof. So I had testimonials. I knew I was helping people. And so that slowly began the process. Obviously, that just went from one thing to another. Because eventually, once I had so many testimonials built up, when I knew my system worked, that's when I moved into then charging for my coaching. So all that leads into the point of saying that when you start on day one, you don't need to be an expert, Jenny Ann. So just dive in. Starting a blog is a great way because you can start documenting what you're learning like I did. So I would definitely dive in, try and really stay consistent with blogging. I know we have, our next question came in from Suzanne. Suzanne Deal, she said, how do I grow the success and readership of my blog? So I love this topic. We recently reached a huge milestone at Classy Career Girl, and we reached over 500,000 page views per month, which is something that I have been striving for and working on all 2016. So this is a hot topic. I love talking about this. I actually just put together a website traffic blueprint that will be available for those of you guys who join us in Corporate Rescue Plan. So that's coming out as well. But the most important thing for growing the traffic and the readership of your blog is staying consistent. So something that I have done through 2010 when I started the blog is every single week there was a new article. No matter like how busy I was working full time, I was going to business school at night, I was traveling to Charleston once a month on my job, but every single week I put something new out. And oftentimes when I graduated from business school, then I had time to do like 2 articles a week. And so that's really how you're gonna grow, because then people are gonna know that every time they go back to your site, there's gonna be something new. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a website that I loved and they stopped publishing like a year ago. And I'm like, I loved your content. I came here all the time and there's nothing here now. And so I think that's huge. And even now we're still doing the daily content, the daily articles, and people know every time they come back there is gonna be something new. So staying consistent, monitoring your traffic from Google Analytics, making goals. Like I said, the beginning of the year, I always have traffic goals of where I want to be at the end of the year, how many page views I want to be at. And that drives me and pushes me forward to start figuring out ways that we can grow our traffic. So that's important, as well as when I started, something that helped me grow our Classy Career Goal blog was commenting on other people's blogs and websites. I don't know if this is, I would say this is the best way to use your time today. Back in 2010, that was the way to go. But now you can easily comment on other people's social media platforms and lead it back to your blog as well. So I think online networking is totally underutilized as far as going on Instagram and basically pretending you're at a networking party and starting to comment on people's posts and network with them and start becoming friends with people on Instagram. That's a great way to start growing the traffic to your blog, as long as you have that link in profile and you're getting those links back to your blog site, and you're always coming up with new content on your Instagram profile. So that's one way. The way we have grown the most traffic is Pinterest. So I would highly recommend that every blog post you put out, make sure you spend a ton of time making sure that title is amazing and is going to attract someone to click that link and come to your site. And then making sure every blog post has a pin image, it's a pretty one, it stands out. You can use canva.com to create one, or PicMonkey. And that's going to drive a lot of traffic if you're continually utilizing Pinterest as well. That's our main source of traffic coming to Classy Career Goal. So those are some ideas, but the most important is really to provide value, making sure every single blog post provides as much value as possible. You know, it's not a 300-word short and sweet blog post that talks about what you ate or your day or your trip to Italy. It's something that people are going to get value from when they land on your site. That's extremely important. Maybe there's a video on there as well that kind of shows the point of what you're going to say. But you just have to really focus in on providing value as much as possible. Okay, we have one more question, and then I see you guys all answering or asking a ton of questions in the comments, so I am going to dive into that. So if you have questions, please comment here, and we will tackle those questions right after this question here. Okay, I think Amanda's actually with us. Amanda Tootle, I have your question now. Okay, she says, as I'm now preparing to launch a new website, blog, and business, part of me feels I should start fresh with a new name. Is it confusing for customers if I keep O'Toodles as the blog name but give the gift boxes a different name? Planning for it to all blog, handmade items for sale, gift boxes to be on the same web domain. Any thoughts or suggestions would be greatly appreciated. First of all, I like the name O'Toodles. For some reason that stands out to me, so I like that. I think, so if you look at our model of Classy Career Goal is our home base, right? That would be kind of like what your O'Toodles is. If you already have a blog or anything going right now, you should utilize that readership, because we all know it's hard to start from scratch and build it up. But you can do it. But if you already have readers, I think you should take advantage of that to O'Toodles. Okay, but let's dive into our brand, because this is a great example of kind of what you're talking about. You're asking if your product should be on a different domain. So we have Classy Career Goal. That's kind of like the home base. That's where, you know, you guys probably first heard about us. That's where, that's like our handshake to you guys. That's like a welcome to Classy Career Goal. Like, this is what we're all about. Here's some great valuable content for you. Come on back. We've got more stuff for you. Like, you know, sign up for this, because we have a lot more great value to give you. Like, that's kind of what we're going for, like on the home base of what we want people to think. And Classy Career Goal really is like the brand that we're growing. And then off of that, we have separate, I guess you could say, like offshoots. Is that how you would say it? We have boot camps, like online courses, which are all named something different. And then we have 2 membership sites, which are also named something different. So to me, I think you're totally fine having your O'Toodles as your brand. That's what you're growing. That's where your blog is. That's where you're attracting people to. You can have some awesome blog posts, and Pinterest can you know, push to it. or you can do pins on it and drive a ton of traffic to this like great blog, and people would know Oh Toodles as this like great blog, same as how we have Classy Career Girl. We've really built that brand name so people know that it's great quality, you know, business content or job search content. And that's what I would do with Oh Toodles. And then off of that, I would develop the products off of that. So, for example, Corporate Rescue Plan, that is a different domain name. We have corporaterescueplan.com as the domain name for that membership site. So it's not exactly hosted on classycareergirl.com. And same with our other membership site, Love Your Career Formula. That's loveyourcareerformula.com, different membership site. And eventually, I mean, they'll be split probably even more, a little bit differentiated, but the home base is always Classy Career Girl. So I hope that makes sense for your situation too. I'd recommend Oh Toodles is your base, and then you sell your membership or your gift boxes off of that. And point people to those gift boxes. Same like we have our boot camps page on our menu bar. You could just have like a menu bar that says gift boxes, and that would point to your gift box page. But the sales funnel is what it would be called, would kind of go like that, like straight to Oh Toodles, then to your subscription boxes. So hopefully that helps. I mean, I think you're with me. So you can ask clarifying questions. Let's see who is with us. Hey, Jan Runyan, my mother-in-law is in the house. That's a huge thing. I don't know, Jan, is this your first one here? Jan, your mom's with us.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, she'll be so happy to see you. Okay. Hey, okay, Jen is, oh, okay, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, we got Ida's with us, Angelica, Adele, Jenna, Donalyn. Jenna says the library is the best and it's free. I totally agree. I'm a huge fan of the library. Funny side note, my daughter and I try and go every week and we get her new books there. And she took one of the books in her crib the other night and we got in there and she had torn apart like the whole book. So no library books in my daughter's bed going forward. Okay, Donalyn says, I'm working on the marketing research and SEO, created the Survey Monkey piece, did research on Kindle Udemy today, seeing some trends. Awesome. You can tell Donalyn is a CRP Corporate Rescue Plan member because she is on it. It looks like she is in phase 2. So she's doing, I don't know if you asked any more questions. For some reason, it only lets me see the 3 lines, Donalyn. But she is in phase 2. So she's starting to do that market research and creating her survey and really trying to figure out like who her target market is. So good work, Donalyn. Let's see. Jenna says the library, free content. Yeah, reading helps you create content too. So that question about blogging and growing readership, staying inspired is really important, getting around other people who are, you know, growing and are like you as well. Donalyn says, I thought maybe I had gotten way ahead of myself here, but it is starting to make sense. That's awesome. Like, so this is my whole goal of Corporate Rescue Plan, is to really make things make sense for you and to decrease your overwhelm and really give you that path, what you need to do to take your first steps, to take your middle steps, and to get to where you really want to go. So I'm glad it's all starting to make sense. There is a plan. I know what you need to do. Okay, so I'm glad it's making sense. Ingrid is with us. Hey, Ingrid. Jenna says, how do you manage your time with marketing and actually doing your business? Well, marketing is a big part of my business. So I would say marketing is like pretty much the number one thing that I would say it's probably about 50-50. So but you know what? So I do a lot of like blogging and creating content. But now that I think about that, that's really all marketing as well. So I would say that most of my time is in marketing, and the actually doing of the business is what I love doing the most, which is really creating the content, teaching, doing Q&A calls like this. If you guys have seen the Freedom Workshop, like that is like what I love doing, is like putting that workshop together, putting those video scripts together, putting the workbooks together. I edited the videos. Like, it's pretty crazy, but that's once you really understand what it is you really enjoy doing, then you can start delegating those things that you don't enjoy doing. And Jenna, the reason you're probably asking this question is because you may not know that Mr. John behind the scenes does most of the doing of our business. Like, he is doing stuff right now as we speak. I don't know if you guys can hear like the typing, but he does a lot of, he's the operations guy. So he is doing all of our operations, all the behind the scenes. If you've ever gotten an email from us, he's touched it. Like, he's making sure things are working. He's monitoring our advertising. So a lot of the doing has been done. It wasn't always this way. John joined 2 years ago. So I ran Class Secret Girl for 5 years before really realizing like I needed a lot more help. And so he's awesome. He's amazing. So he's like pretending he's not listening to me right now. But he's awesome. Your mom's on, so your son is awesome. I love him. Okay. So that I think is what I spend most of the time creating: the marketing, doing a lot of the social media, creating content, doing teaching and doing Q&As, and then the actual administrative side of the business I'm not doing as much of. Okay. Adele says, so do we need to have a website, a Facebook page, an Instagram account, a Pinterest account, and a blog? That overwhelms me. Yes, do not get overwhelmed. So my whole thing in the beginning in Freedom Workshop, I think it's phase 2, or it's part 2 of the Freedom Workshop video. We talked about the Freedom Roadmap, and social media is one of them. We talked about having a website, that's important, but also picking one social media platform. So I don't think you should have, in the beginning, you don't need an Instagram, you don't need a Pinterest. You do need I consider a blog, a website, the same thing. So you do need to have a website which has a blog on it. And then I would just pick one social media account that your ideal client is hanging out on. So when you do your surveys in phase 2 of Corporate Rescue Plan, because Adele, I know you're already in Corporate Rescue Plan, when you do your surveys and you ask them, like, what's your favorite social media platform, and you want to make sure that you know where your ideal clients are hanging out, and you target that one platform. So for me, this last year, Pinterest, I knew my ideal clients were hanging out at Pinterest, and so I really targeted and I really went deep into Pinterest, and it's paid off. And so that's why I would recommend just really focusing, one, on where your clients are, and two, like that platform that you really enjoy. If you like teaching, like Facebook is a great place to be. You know, you can do Facebook Lives like this. You can have a Facebook group and create a community around your topic. I love Facebook for that. I love Instagram for the fact that networking is really easy on Instagram. You can, through hashtags, you can find people who are your ideal clients and start networking with them, and start meeting people that way as well. So yeah, you don't have to have everything. I would recommend the website is really important, because as you grow, the website is like your home base. That's where Pinterest and Instagram, I said this in video 2, Pinterest and Instagram weren't around in 2010 when I started my blog. But I do have people who have now been reading Classy Kurgel for 6 to 7 years, because I have that home base. I have that way, you know, in 5 years from now, who knows what social media platform will be popular. All I know is my blog will still be there, and I will still be publishing content, and people will still be coming back to it. And so that's really growing your brand on your home base, on your website, and you're in control of it, and you're in control of what people see on it. So that's what I would recommend. Number 1 is the website, and then number 2, number 1 is the website, but making sure however you create your website, you put a blog on it. And then number 2 is picking that one social media platform where your clients are hanging out. And don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. Oh, and then eventually you'll add in more of those social media platforms. So once you feel like you've mastered Pinterest, you can add in another social media platform, and you'll start to see how you can create content for all the platforms together. Like, for instance, for me, I start, today I start on Instagram, and I'll create, an Instagram image, or one of our interns will create an Instagram image, and then we'll share it to Facebook, and then our VA later in the day will share that same image to Pinterest. And so we're kind of covering all different platforms with the same image. Donalyn says, Google keywords. Do you need to pay a fee to use it? Just took a look. I do not have a website at this time, so not sure if I'm meeting the parameters. Okay, you're getting it. So Donalyn's talking about there's a Google keyword finder that we have in phase 2 of Corporate Rescue Plan to help you focus on your keywords. The one I would use instead right now is keywordspy.com. That's a really easy one. I actually use that for figuring out keywords for all of my blog posts right now. Google keywords changed. And I've had conflicting reports. One of my mastermind partners said it's free now, but someone else said that it's not free. And so there's some conflicting reports about using the Google Keyword Planner. So for now, I would check out keywordspy.com. And in 2017, we'll be investigating that and updating all the videos basically in CRP as well. So hopefully that helps. But just check out Keyword Spy for now, Donalyn. Okay, no, don't press that button. Okay, Amanda said that my answer helped her. That's awesome. Angelica says, did you trademark each of your products under the CCG brand, or did you have to do each of them separately? Separately. So yeah, every like word you use for your products, you should trademark that separately. I'm not a lawyer. Speak to a lawyer, but I know we have different trademarks for our different branding names. So you have to be very sure, that you're not going to change it. So we waited a long time before moving forward with getting trademarks, because we wanted to make sure that that was the brand we wanted to keep. Because you know, us entrepreneurs, we like to change and do new things all the time, and I've created way too many courses to count, but some of them are not in existence today, so I'm glad I didn't trademark it. So I don't think you need to do it first thing. Anna says, I just posted my virtual assistant job description on Online Jobs, PH, awesome, in the Philippines. I'm not blown away by the applications I've gotten so far, but not sure if I'm super picky. Okay, yes, I'm super picky. So it cut you off, Anna. But I would so I actually don't read too many of the applications that come back, because right away I'll turn around and send them 4 questions. I'll send them like, why do you want this job? I'll ask more like clarifying, like why do you want to work for our company? What are you looking forward to learning? I'll ask them questions that will help me impact my decision. And then after I get those questions back, then I start to look and see who I want to interview. Because a lot of people I found just submit those applications, they're just blanket applying to all these jobs at once. But then once you go back to them and you ask them for more specific information, maybe they'll be like, oh, I don't know, I don't have the English skills to respond to that, so I don't know how to respond. Because with resumes, they can have other people do their resumes for them, right? But when you're asking them specific questions, then they have to come back with specific answers. So I wouldn't worry too much about the resumes, the applications. I would go back to whoever applied to you and follow up with questions, and then look at the people who respond and look at their answers, because I can tell a lot about people from the answers, like, their why, like, usually there's like things in there that will help me make a decision right there. And that's usually those answers really stand out to me, and I can often make a decision based off how they responded. I always ask for a writing sample then too. So you're making sure that they're following directions and they know how to follow directions and they get back to you quickly. Like I always ask, please respond ASAP. So the people that get the jobs are the ones that respond quickly, because if they're gonna work for us, they have to be able to respond quickly. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, being a manager, we could do a whole other training on that. Oh, Jan says, hi guys. Heart. Ida says, that was cute. Jen says, oh my gosh, LOL, that must have been when you popped in.
That's when you got embarrassed and you said that you love me on camera.
Did I? Okay. And it's with us. Okay. Yes, I did on Google Keyword. Thanks. Amanda says that helps tie in everything I had in my mind. Thank you. Okay, good. Glorianne said that was so cute. Haha. Okay. We'll have to get Jan on a live, Facebook Live sometime. You ready for it? Okay. Jenna says, because my business is really similar to your structure. Yes, Jenna, there's probably a lot of similarities. Jenny, you have a good business model set up. Or we could, yeah, there's a lot of similarities. Jenna says, oh yes, I've gotten his emails. Yes. John is like the final, so I'm the creator of the content, so often, and we were just doing this right now, I'll like write the emails, and then I'll stand up and be like, okay, your turn, and he'll like put in who we're gonna send the emails to. So Infusionsoft, that's our email marketing system, and it's like way over my head, but I can write emails really great. Okay. Jen says, I feel like I need a second me. That is exactly why you should consider a virtual assistant, just like what Anna's doing. Definitely look into it. So that's really what helped me, because I hired a virtual assistant, Laura, who's in the Philippines. She's still with us today. She's absolutely amazing. And she works my night. So I'll do as much as I can during the day. Obviously, I need to sleep, and so especially when I was working a full-time job and going to business school, I hired her, and so I could actually move forward when I went to bed. She would do stuff, and then I'd wake up in the morning, and it was done. So that was basically a second me, and she's amazing. Now she's learned so much and growing. Ida says, great partnership. Yes, it is. Amanda says, way to go, John. He also gave a link to the Freedom Workshop. So if you are listening, you are with us today and you haven't signed up for the Freedom Workshop, this isn't it. This is like the Q&A fun section of the Freedom Workshop. And so this is where we can kind of apply what you're learning in the Freedom Workshop into your own business. But the actual like blueprints and workbooks and assessments and amazing videos that I spent a long time on, so I want to make sure you watch every single one of them, are at www.corporaterescueplan.com/freedom. Anna is getting red too. You know, I just always get red. It's all good. Hey, Laura's with us. Laura, did you hear what I said about you? I said you're awesome. Jan says, LOL, I love him as well, and you go, girl, well done. Okay, I'm going to get red again. Okay, T, what are you looking for in a virtual assistant? Ooh, good question. In a virtual assistant, am looking for, when I ask those questions back to them, I'm looking for someone who has like a why of why they want to work. So most of the people, you know, I want to know, I'm not like basing decisions on their family, but like I want to know that they have some sort of like mission or purpose. Like I don't want to have someone work for me who's just working, you know, and there's not like a bigger reason why they want to work, because they're not going to like what we do here, you know. Maybe they want to impact like other women and help other women, and then I know they're going to be like a perfect fit because they fit with our mission as well. You can also ask them to be doing some like tasks, some work, and that's why I asked for writing samples. But for me, T, it really depends on what I want that virtual assistant to do. Like we hired a virtual assistant last March, and we were looking for someone who could do some writing for us. We were looking for someone who was really organized and could help manage all the guest submissions that we have at Classy Career Girl, and go back and forth with the people who are submitting the articles and help review them and edit them and put them on WordPress and publish them. So we were looking for someone very like organized and someone who can manage that project without much of me and my involvement. That virtual assistant didn't work out because it required way too much of my involvement, and so it didn't work out. But it really depends on like what I'm hiring for. Like we hired 4 interns in August, and each of them was hired for some certain thing. Like you know, one of them was hired for like Instagram, one of them was hired for Pinterest, one was hired for editorial. So it really depends on like what they wanted to learn the most, and then matching them with what we needed at Classy Career Girl. So I'm open because we need a lot of help. We're growing. Donalyn says, keywordspy.com, is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Adele says, thank you for your answer. Letitia says, is there a free calendar scheduler you recommend, like Calendly, or another, not at point of wanting to pay for one yet? Well, the one I've always used for like 5 years is timetrade.com. I think it's like $60 a year. The reason I like that is because I could embed it onto my website. So when I was doing a ton of coaching sessions, I could just, they would fill out an application, and then right below it, they could book their time. So I liked that. I liked that it went on my calendar. I liked that it went on their calendar. I liked how I could just sync it to my calendar. And I really had never had any issues with it. Like I could put in it like months in advance what my opening spots were, and I never had any issues with it. So, but I know that there's other ones out there. You could post this in our Facebook group as well to see if anyone else has used any others. Anna says, thank you. Elaine joined. Elaine is our Pinterest intern. Welcome, Elaine. Kim says, hi, Kim. Okay, so T and Anna, you guys need to get together because now she's asking what you're looking for in a virtual assistant. Jenna says, I was showing my other business coach your membership site, and I was like, Anna has way more content than you. She needs to charge more. Well, that's interesting, though, because I probably have a very different business model than him or her. I don't know if it's a her or him. But, I mean, my business model is not based off, it's basically providing you guys as much value as I can, and that's how we do it. I want to impact a lot more people and make it a lot more affordable than working with like 5 clients for like $5,000. So it really, there's no like right or wrong. Like your other business coach might want to, they might prefer to work individually with people and work with one person and charge a higher dollar amount. But I want to impact and influence a lot more people and scale my business, scale our business so that we can reach a lot more people and you guys can all get the same content. So you guys can all move through phase 1 through 5 of entrepreneurship, depending on wherever you're at in the world or whatever time you're watching. So that's the membership site model, which I think a lot more people are about to be moving towards because I love it. Okay, Jenna says, yes, virtual assistant is my next thing. Angelica says, thank you for the Freedom Workshop link. Awesome, yeah, get started. Those 3 videos are out right now, so you guys can go watch them. Cassandra is with us. Hey, Cassandra. I think I'm good at coming up with content, Amanda says, but not always the best with proper grammar, punctuation. I know this is bothersome to read. Any suggestions? Yeah, I would check out Grammarly. It's like a tool we use for a blog post and our content, and it'll go red if you have some words that aren't spelled right. It'll like kind of show you, so you could check that out. You can also, we've had some people in our programs use, I think it was like Upwork to hire some editors. I know we have an amazing editorial intern who edits some of the blog posts that come in from guest writers. So there may be that like an intern too who likes to edit. Some people really love to edit, like our intern, and we love that she loves to edit. Elaine's really good at that too, our other Pinterest intern. Keywordspy.com, you don't need to do a free trial. If you just go straight to keywordspy.com, you can just type in your keyword right there. You don't need to do any trials. Are there virtual interns? Yeah, there's interns. Virtual interns. I thought you were talking about assistants. Yeah, so we have interns. All of our interns are located elsewhere, except Ivy is here in San Diego. What is it called? Timetrade.com is the one I used. It's Tish here. Yes, Letitia, I know. Tish, I got it. I haven't seen you in a while. That's why, no. Tish, okay. Laura says, hi, Ida. It's a him. Okay, I thought it was a him. I just like teasing him. Okay, well, you guys, Fiverr is a great place to go as well. Okay. So I think we have answered all of your questions. How are we doing on time here? Okay, so tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, that's when you want to set your reminder, because that's when we open doors to Corporate Rescue Plan. So really excited about it. If you have enjoyed the Freedom Workshop and you're ready to take everything you learned and actually put it into action and get some support, get a mastermind group, like make your goals happen in 2017, then you definitely want to check out Corporate Rescue Plan for 2017. So thank you guys so much for being part of this Freedom Workshop, for doing this with us, for asking questions all along the way. I am super excited for tomorrow, for doors opening, and we will see you guys. We'll probably be doing another Facebook Live. Yeah, we'll be doing another one tomorrow to kind of celebrate doors opening and our launch day as well. This Corporate Rescue Plan is really, it's so valid. Like, we have a lot of members on right now. It's like so close to my heart. I love you guys, and I love doing it, and I love running our membership site. So thank you guys to all of our CRP members who are with us today for supporting this and for really encouraging other people too as well. We have like a whole welcome committee already in CRP that want to welcome new members. How amazing is that? Like, just that alone, that there's like people who there's other women who want to welcome you guys into the community. So we're waiting for you. We will be ready for doors opening at 10 a.m. Friday, January 6th. And the doors will only be open for a limited time, so they will be closing again on January 11th. So definitely check that out, and we will see you guys all tomorrow. So have a good night, everyone. Bye.